What's up, everybody? It's your favorite little person's favorite nerd. Today we are looking at Mech Ideas Gauntlet. He is, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's not easy to say. He's cute. He's a cute little fella. I got this figure because he has a special place in my heart. There's some history to this figure if you don't know. This figure was initially going to be produced by a company called Mach 5. They released images of this figure, and then they released images of their expected repaint, which was this guy, and we'll get to him soon. And then they started going crazy. And they had this guy repainted as Ironhide. And they had this guy repainted as Hound. None of it quite worked. And they said they were doing it to try to drive down the cost because they were expecting for him to be $60. Now let me just say this. If this thing would have been $60, it would have been a very different tone that you heard today, my friends. But that's why they said they were doing it. Everybody started laughing at him, and they kind of became a joke within the third-party kind of fan community. And some of my buddies specifically, shout out to Oscar, started joking this guy pretty heavy and joking the company, Mach 5, pretty heavily. Anyway, the figure lost interest, and the company bankrupted, and pre-orders were canceled, and we all believed the figure was never going to see the light of day. Well, time goes by and heals all wounds, and Mech Ideas swings in and picks him up and saves the day. So, here he is, and the plastic is cool. It's not amazing, but it's solid. You know, he's not going anywhere. The gun, we'll get to that in a second, but, you know, he's cute. He's a little fella. You know, there's no doubt about that. But he's a pretty cool little guy. I like him. This gun is a bit of an issue. He can hold it, but not really at all angles, and I don't know. You got to kind of tilt the arm. It doesn't always look right, as you can see. But luckily, there's other options. You can plug it in to his side there, if you want the little like seeker look, and you can also plug it into one of these holes here. Might have to get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. Well, I swear I did it before. There you go. But then you kind of got to open this panel up to get it, or otherwise it's going to be off center. But, you know, not hateful. I don't really need that in my life, and it's a lot of work. So I'm okay with him either holding it, or, of course, you can stick it in there and have it kind of, once again, this is, the tolerance here is not the greatest. And have it kind of sticking up. Let me back the camera out a little bit. So you can have that kind of look going on, you know, if that's for you. It's not really for me. But there are options. Also for accessories, he has this that comes out, and this will tab onto his arm as like a shield, you know. And I don't think he will hold it, but I could be wrong. It's like yeah, it doesn't really hold it. That would have been cool if he could have held it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like a double blaster kind of thing. But yeah, the head is on a ball joint. You get a lot of up, not a lot down. The head sculpt is actually really nice. Let me zoom in. Pretty good likeness. The shoulders are kind of on a, like, because of transformation, you get like a little butterfly action here. It's on a double ball jointed peg. So there's a ball joint in there, and then there's a ball joint here at the hinge, and then there's a swivel here for the, oh no, there's not. There's no swivel for the bicep, just looks like it. You get the ball joint for the elbow, which gives you kind of a swivel, you know, action, and then a ball joint at the wrist. Ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. But that's how they save money. Waist is on a swivel. Thighs are on, you guessed it, ball joint. The knees are, it's just a single hinge, but you can get, you know, just about anything out of it, and that's pretty cool. And then the foot just kind of tilts back and up, but you don't really get anything out of that. Alright, we're going to transform him into the vehicle, and then when we do the other guy, we'll transform him into a robot. But he comes in robot mode, so I always start that way. Alright, so pull this out, the backpack, and then bring out this bit of kibble here, and just Get it all the way out of the way. And these arms are kind of the most complicated bits. But let's see if we can't start putting them in shape before that. Peg these legs together, pull those down, flip them up, and they come unpegged, so whatevs. And then you gotta unpeg. Alright. Quick timeout. Unpeg the head. Tuck the head back on the ball joint like that, and that's a little ball joint. I don't see any stress marks, so you know, rest assured, but it is a little fella, so be mindful. And spin that up. And then you start to see how this is gonna play out. And then the arms, you want the arms to go like that. Actually, like that. And spin this around in there. And then tuck the hand in. So that you have this exposed joint there. So I'll show you a little better on this side. Right. Tucked in. And then it's just a matter of cleaning her up. Yeah. And I'm not sure, I haven't looked at the instructions, I'm not sure if they go like that or they're supposed to go down or whatever, but whatever. You get a little buggy. And he's cool. And then you can stick this in there. And once again, same idea, you can stick it on the side. I don't know why you ever would, but you can. So you can stick this here. And there you go. And it rolls fine. There's not a lot of, you know, bells and whistles. Just your kind of a standard issue Cybertronian buggy. But it's cool. Just to give you an idea, here's Scoop. So, you know, he's a little fella. So there he is with the wreckers to kind of give you an idea of how big he is. And I'll give you one more idea. There he is next to Make Toys Swerve. That's a pretty good idea of the size you're looking at. Is he anything amazing? No. He's 30 bucks. He'll fill out your wrecker shelf. I think he's worth it. You know, I could have used some more paint. I like that exclusive one they had at BotCon, the War paint. I would love to have that one, but that one's 60 bucks. And after playing with this guy, I can't really justify 60 bucks. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can justify a lot of things.
Daddy, your toys are really expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Are you saving money for my college?
Well, you know how I'm always studying with you and doing your homework with you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my theory is I'm putting a lot of work in on the front end so that it'll pay off on the back end, and I got one word for you. It's called scholarship.
Daddy, that's a real scumbag move.
But yeah, he's cool. And I have sentimental value wrapped up in him from just stuff in the community, so I'm glad to have him, especially after thinking that I never would. There's hardly any paint on the guy. The transformation's a little clumsy, especially the arms. The weapon doesn't peg in properly, you know, to a lot of places. He's itty-bitty. But at the same time, the sculpt is really spot on for how he looked in the comics. I mean, he feels like Ironfist in the comics. And Ironfist was a super cool character, and he's like a Wreckers fanboy. I'm happy to have him in my collection, and at 30 bucks, it seems worth it. The joints are fairly tight. The sculpt is spot on, and he looks good with the other guys, as you saw. You know, I'd love for them to do the rest of the Wreckers from that recruit class out of Last Stand of the Wreckers. I would love it, but we'll see. Here's hoping. And if they do them, I wouldn't mind having them with a little bit more TLC. But I'm the type of guy that would rather spend a little bit more money. Twice the amount of money, like the War version at 60, doesn't seem worth it. But you know, if I got the war version shipped for 50, so we're looking at a toy around 42 bucks, I think I could justify that. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.